Saying the Pledge of Allegiance, they made a big show of eliminating, saying one nation, awkward silence, refused to say under God.
Wow, I didn't know that.
On specific Democratic caucuses reciting the Pledge of Allegiance at the virtual convention, leaving out the words under God. Let's take a listen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
An interesting angle, I think, to the political discourse at the moment is the strained relationship that people on the left have with God and faith.
Some weird omissions from the Democratic platform, which no one can quite understand how or why this happened or what the intention was, because all they seem to have done is rattled cages which need to be rattled. No mention of the word God, even though there was last time, and there is about 10 times in the Republican platform. Why is that?
I talk about how and refer to, once again, the history of the Democratic Party and how it really has grown as of late, where it was once a party that there was no aversion to mention of God.
Oh, you guys are at the wrong rally. No, I think you meant to go to the smaller one down the street.
Tulsi Gabbard discusses the growing antagonism between the political left and religious beliefs, highlighting a strained relationship with faith. She reflects on the historical context of the Democratic Party, noting its past inclusivity towards various religious backgrounds, contrasting it with its current stance.
And this was the party that I joined. It was a more inclusive party. It welcomed people from all different religious backgrounds and faiths and different beliefs, to now fast forward to, and it was something that happened over time. I mean, Jimmy Carter was an evangelical Christian, and even when he was elected president, there were some people around him who were just like, oh, I don't know if this is like too much. And this is something that has increased over time to where in the last Democratic convention that was held, obviously it was held virtually during the whole COVID thing, saying the Pledge of Allegiance, they made a big show of eliminating, saying one nation, awkward silence, refused to say under God.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Even as they said the Pledge of Allegiance.
Oh, interesting.
Over Zoom. Seeing how today's Democratic Party is, they are targeting Catholics and Christians primarily, trying to eliminate like God, really, any mention of God from every facet of public life.
In her book, Is Today the Day?, Tulsi Gabbard dedicates a chapter to the evolving role of religion within the Democratic Party, offering a nuanced perspective on how faith intersects with political ideology. Gabbard reflects on her own spiritual journey, shaped by her Hindu faith, and discusses the tension between religious freedom and the increasingly secular focus of the party. She observes that while the Democratic Party has traditionally championed diversity and inclusion, there is a growing discomfort with openly expressing religious beliefs, particularly when they intersect with controversial social issues. Gabbard critiques the party for what she perceives as a double standard, embracing certain belief systems while marginalizing others that do not align with progressive orthodoxy. She argues that this shift risks alienating voters who see faith as integral to their values and identity. Through personal anecdotes and political analysis, Gabbard underscores the importance of fostering genuine pluralism, where faith and secularism can coexist without judgment or exclusion, warning that failing to do so could deepen divisions within the party and the nation.
You had Kamala Harris, when she was a senator on the Judiciary Committee, going after and attacking and ultimately opposing a nominee for a judgeship, specifically because he was an observant and devout Catholic and a member of the Knights of Columbus. It is an all-male organization. I don't think it's like, it's not I don't know if it's governed by the Catholic Church, but it is a Catholic organization.
Knights of Columbus.
The Knights of Columbus is a global Catholic fraternal organization founded in 1882 to support faith, charity, and community, offering aid to families and promoting Catholic values. With over 2 million members, it engages in charitable works, spiritual development, and advocacy, while providing financial services to ensure members' security.
It's a community like service oriented organization. They go and do good things in the community essentially, but it is centered around a very a Catholic. They did the same thing with Amy Coney Barrett, who's now in the Supreme Court, with now since passed away, but Senator Dianne Feinstein warned against her when she went for confirmation before the same Judiciary Committee, saying, I'm concerned the dogma lives loudly within you. All of these things going against our Constitution, which says there shall be no religious test to serve in any public office. Period.
About the opportunity to see Judge Amy Coney Barrett become Justice Amy Coney Barrett. And she's a brilliant woman. And our hope is, in the hearing next week, unlike Justice Kavanaugh received with treatment from you and others, we hope she gets a fair hearing. And we particularly hope that we don't see the kind of attacks on her Christian faith that we saw before. I mean, the Democrat chairman of the Judiciary Committee before, when Judge Barrett was being confirmed for the Court of Appeals, expressed concern that the dogma of her faith lived loudly in her.
Unfortunately, it goes against kind of the whole concept of freedom of religion. You can have your beliefs. You can be atheist, agnostic, Christian, Buddhist, Hindu, whatever your choice is. That is literally the concept of freedom. Is not that you're not allowed to practice your religion in public and it's got to be just a private thing. You can do what you want.
Why is the Democratic Party becoming increasingly uncomfortable with openly expressed religious beliefs, despite the fact that a significant portion of Americans are religious?
A lot of the things that they're pushing fall into that category because they don't make sense, and they're so insanely radical that there are very negative consequences to those policies, just at a basic human level. We talked about some of them already. Ultimately at its heart, and again, I don't find any logic or rationale to the actual reasonings that they're giving, but at its heart, when you have a party that is controlled by people who don't believe in objective truth, that for example, that there are biological differences between men and women. They want to be the authority that tells us what is true and what is not true. They want to be the authority that tells us what is acceptable information, what is not, misinformation, disinformation, hate speech, violent speech, acceptable speech, whatever the case may be. They see themselves as that authority, and they recognize that those who believe in a higher power, whatever that may be, are not going to buy into them being that higher power or that authority and the ultimate, influencer that people should be concerned with. And so at its core, that is where this is coming from. It comes back to power and them seeing those who believe in God or who are following their particular spiritual path or faith as not being willing to bend the knee to the power of the Democrat elite and the positions that they hold in our government.
Do you agree with Tulsi Gabbard's critique of the Democratic Party's approach to religion? Why or why not? If you found this video insightful, please give it a like, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more in-depth discussions like this. Your support means everything. See you in the next video.